What's up, everyone? How are we doing today? How are we feeling? Man, I'm busy this week. Oh, my camera's funny again. So the reason my camera keeps being goofy is so stupid. I don't have like a fixed position it sits, even though it's like a webcam mic, because like it sits on a desk calendar that sits on my desk, and I'm always moving things on my desk because sometimes I need space. So the bitch is always moving. And I need to put like a sticker down to say this is where it's supposed to be, because I'm being ridiculous at this point. Like it's crazy. Hey Void, welcome in. It's good to see you. I have been so busy this week. As I said, yesterday I did some recording work with Azel for the podcast. We haven't forgotten about it, don't worry. And then the day before I had my first vocal lesson, and it was really, really fun. I was, for those who were following me on Blue Sky, you might have seen the post where I was like gushing about it, like how great it was. It went really well. So the guy who's being my teacher is, he actually trained in America apparently, and like he's doing this as an in-between thing before he can go back to train again, because he wants to keep learning, you know, as any good teacher should. But he has like trained in like jazz and all sorts of contemporary music and all sorts of interesting genres. And like he makes sure that he's like aware of how different genres sound, that he's not like genres that he makes sure that he knows about genres that he's not interested in. Like he's aware of like so many different genres, and it's really cool that he is well aware of how all different students will want to be different, you know? Like he's not making sure that he will be stuck in a box. It's very, very cool. It's a good sign. And we sat down and we had a chat about things, and he asked me if I'd been trained before, so he really walked me through things quite clearly. It was very cool of him. He wasn't judgy about me being like a lot older than students usually would be, which was really nice as well. A lot of the people coming through there as students were like the school kids, so I did feel a bit like uneasy, like is this the right area for me? Am I in the right school? But he seemed like so at ease with teaching someone my age, which was really nice. And it was just really pleasant. We had a chat, and he said, let's pick out a song just that you know well so we can run through so I can get an idea of your voice, which was really fun. I enjoyed that a lot. It did take a minute because I don't know if you noticed, guys, but I don't listen to a lot of mainstream music. It's a problem. I don't listen to a lot of English speaking music either. So the sort of thing I told him about that I thought he might know were things like Charlie XCX and like Kesha, especially like New Kesha. New Kesha is so good. Have you guys listened to New Kesha stuff? You should. And he was like, I love that stuff, but it's really produced, so it's hard for me to really get a read on your voice if you're trying to match it. And we just sat there for a minute thinking, and he was like, do you know Chapel Roan? And I was like, do I ever? I love Chapel Roan, she's so cool. So we sang Pink Pony Club on the piano. He was playing and sort of singing along with me, so that because he seemed to really enjoy singing it too, which was nice. And I was like actually so giddy while singing. I was over the moon. I was having the best time ever. It was magical. There's like this feeling, you know, when you're working on things that make you so happy, that warms your soul. You feel like you're floating, you know, but like in an energetic way. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Jackie. Hi. And that was really nice. So we did that, and then we talked about he wants to get me to learn vibrato and how to do growl singing. like you hear in rock music sometimes. Miley Cyrus does that when she does rock, especially in her cover for Jolene. You can hear that. Yeah, I'm glad it was really cool. I'm going to go again next week, same time. It's going to be really, I'm very excited. He asked me to bring in like 3 different songs, examples for what I wanted to cover, because I entered the training under the idea that I would learn to cover mute songs, specific songs. So he knows that that's what I'm there for. Like I've got goals, which is really nice for him, I think. And BRB, all good, Void. Take your time. And so I'm bringing in a few songs. Actually, do you guys want to see the songs I'm bringing in? I know I shouldn't, but I kind of want to show off. Sidebar. Let's turn down the music on my game. And let's open private window. Pull it over here. Let me show you the songs that I want to cover. Because I love music. For those who don't know, I love art. All sorts of art. Tito. One of them is a Tito song. Where is it? Oh no, not the Tito one. I think I didn't go for the Tito one. So we've got this one. Let me pull you over to the gaming screen so you can see my computer screen. Too many things in OBS, it's a problem. Where is it? Where is it? So many things. Here we go. And then we go to where is it? Takes me a minute, gamers. Because I wasn't expecting to do this, but now I'm all thinking about it, you know. Hi Voided, I'm looking for the right capture window because I want to show the songs I'm bringing to the thingy tomorrow. Which window? This one. Okay. So we're going to bring. This is one I really want to cover, like a lot.
They say my hunger's a problem. They tell me to cut my appetite. They say I can keep myself from trying a bite of every page inside. They wish your patience a virtue. They tell me gluttony's a sin. But my desire is bottomless. I wanna slit your throat and eat till I get sick. The slaughter's on. I love to see you come undone and satisfied until I've got you played alive. So grab a plate, have a taste, check the weight on what's in way. I'm still preying on the butcher's vein. To trust you open braiding patterns.
Okay, that's one of them. We're only going to play little sections because otherwise I'll get in trouble. You know how it works. And the another one was from this J-pop group called Phantom Sita. This one. I don't know how he's gonna do with like some non-English music, but I gotta try, you know. Is the audio coming through okay? It's a bit weird on my headphones. Maybe my headphones are finally dying. I say like they haven't been dying for ages. And then another one is a Herta song from Honkai Star Rail that I really like. It's got Gumi in it as well, and Kira. So those are the three I'm going to bring him. And I'm really excited to see which one he wants me to go for. I think they would all be really cool for not only... I would enjoy covering them, first of all. But I think they would suit the Priscilla vibes too really well. Like the character vibes. Which is a big deal. Let me turn that off. Yeah, I'm really happy. It's honestly really hard for me to find songs that I really gel with that well. But I am keen on these ones a lot. I hope he is cool doing songs that are non-English, because I listen to a lot of non-English music. In case you aren't aware. In case you guys aren't in the know. I don't do a lot of like I enjoy English music, obviously, but personality-wise, I gel a lot more with the non-English stuff, if that makes sense. But yes, I just wanted to share that because it's really exciting. I'm going again next week. Same time. It was a really good time slot, actually. It was like in the late afternoon, so it wasn't like too close to lunchtime, and it wasn't too close to dinner time, so I wasn't so like worn out or anything, or really, really hungry. It was perfect. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy that I'm going for my goals and making progress. Life is short and I want to seize it, you know? Seize the day. Carpe diem. And today, Abel, our little goth boy, who is totally heterosexual, by the way, guys. Totally heterosexual. He has invited Edmund to a beach date. It's not a date. It's just bros hanging out at the beach. But you know, I think it's gonna be really cute, and I think we're gonna have a lot of fun today. Let's dive right in. I sleep poorly that night, despite, or perhaps because of my lengthy phone conversation with Marnie. I toss and I turn beneath my sheets, feeling more and more beleaguered as the minutes pass me by. It isn't until well past midnight that I am finally able to fall asleep. Yeah, 10 feet apart because they're not gay. Exactly. But as is often the case with me, I find myself awaking bright and early, a few minutes before 7 o'clock. Except, like, they're hanging off each other, they're all over each other, but, like, they're not gay. You know. I rise from my bed wearily and wipe my under eyes with the back of my hand. When I move my hand away, I can see a fine film of gummy, gluey sleep stuck to the sides of my fingers. Ew. Ew. pull a face and hasten to the bathroom to wipe my hands and to have a shower. I tell myself dry, change into my clothes for the day's events, and brush my teeth. I do wonder, as I survey my whey-faced, weary reflection in the mirror, whether Abel will tease me for wearing my plaid shirt again. But I don't own many clothes that he would approve of. I do not share his penchant for black, or for chains, or for spikes. I do not own any makeup either, so I cannot daub my face in this stuff. Not that I have much of a desire to do that. If Iris saw me stumbling downstairs looking like a member of the living dead, she would laugh herself into an early grave. I thought I looked rather foolish when Abel was through with me after he managed my makeup, and I know I would do a far worse job at transforming myself than he could. My experience with makeup is non-existent. I'm a bit worried that Abel will not find me particularly appealing. But perhaps I'm worrying too much. You are, hun. Believe you me. He's always talking about your muscles, you're fine. Why should I care what he thinks? This is not really a date, however much I wish it might wish that it was. This is nothing more than a meeting between two friends. Oh, honey. I tell myself this as I pad downstairs to the kitchen, greet Iris, then make a start on breakfast. Breakfast today is quite a simple affair. Scrambled eggs and toast. I am not in the mood for anything particularly heavy, given how much my stomach is... Welcome in, Raiders! Hi! What have you guys are up to? We've just started, actually. We just started over here. It's been so long. How do I do a shout out again? Jesus. I got this, gamers. I promise. We did it! Hi guys, what were you up to? What was going on? What were you gaming? Welcome in, Raiders. Power Wash with the girlfriend. Ooh, cute. That's a great game. I hope you were having a lot of fun. We've just started. We are getting these two cute boys ready to go to the beach together. It's totally not a date. But we'll see. It might become a date, who knows? I am not in the mood for anything particularly heavy given how much my stomach is churning, and Iris cannot handle stodgy foods. Her doctor said it was bad for her. Apparently, carbohydrates give her stomach cramps. I finished preparing the food in under 10 minutes and plate it up. I serve Iris her food, and her freshly brewed tea, which she accepts with a smile and a benign... Thank you, dear. You're gonna go get some sleep? Well, thank you. Thank you for leaving your community with me. I appreciate it. It's very kind of you to trust me with them. Yes, thank you, and good luck on the sleep. It is no problem. I set my own food down before my place at the kitchen table and sit down alongside her. I poke at my food, but while it is perfectly edible, I cannot work out much of an appetite. Oh, he's anxious. Oh, he's anxious about... Oh, yeah, we get that kissing CGI again. We get the kissing CG again. I know that my trip to the beach with Abel is nothing more than an excursion with a friend, but I cannot help but be reminded of what happened the last time we went to the beach together. I can still remember that kiss. Edmund? Oh! Iris must have noticed my particular mood because she is looking at me concernedly. Are you alright, dear? You don't feel sick, do you? Oh, no, I'm alright. I was just wondering about today. Didn't you say you were going out with Abel? I nod briefly, then check the clock on the wall. He's supposed to be coming in 15 minutes. That does not give me very much time to prepare. I know, of course, that it is silly to worry about this now given I'm already prepared. But I do not mean it in the literal sense. I'm thinking of it in more emotional terms. My stomach is squirming. What if it tries to escape from my body? That would be rather horrific. I am pondering the logistics of this, wearing what I'm sure is a troubled expression, when Iris laughs. Oh, Edmund, do remember to breathe, dear. I don't want you hyperventilating. Do I really look as tense as all that? A bit, yes. I'm not sure what you're so afraid of. You're friends with Abel, aren't you? He's not going to bite you. Well, I know that much. Though this is a foolish thought, part of me cannot help but ponder that I mightn't mind it overly if he did bite me. Oh, he's so gay. Little cute boy. Oh, sitting on my foot. Sitting on my foot and it fell asleep like it always does. What a fool I am. This always happens when I sit on my foot and yet I keep doing it. Such is the way. Yeah, I mean, he is gay. He is very gay about everything. Of course. Though this, yeah. I suppose it depends on the context. Don't fret so much, dear. I know you don't leave the house very often, but you're just going on a trip to Rythorpe. It's hardly Timbuktu. If you still feel sick, you can always come back early, though I'm sure these are just nerves. Take deep breaths now, in and out. Everything will be alright. I hope so. I know so. Abel is a lovely boy. You'll have a lovely day. I am glad that Iris has so much faith in my ability to have a lovely day. I, however, am far less certain. I gnaw on the fleshy inside of my cheek. Oh, I've done that a lot. I do that a lot. It's very easy to gnaw on the inside of your cheek. It's fun. Well, not fun, but it's good for nerves. Not good for the mouth, though. After a while, it doesn't enjoy being chewed on. All the while chasing my scrambled eggs about my plate with a fork. I'm doing my best not to think too much about Abel, which is, I suppose, a wasted effort given I'll be seeing him soon enough when the doorbell rings. My, I wonder who that could be. I wonder indeed. I will give myself 3 guesses and 2 of these guesses will not count. Why don't you run along and get that, Edmund dear? I'm sure you must be chomping at the bit to go. Oh, yes. I'm positively salivating. I rise to my feet, the legs of the wooden chairs scraping against the floor, then head over to the front door. The distance I have to cover is not particularly vast, but each step makes my heart sink inside my chest like a stone. I feel anxious and my palms are beginning to sweat. How embarrassing. I wipe my palms surreptitiously against my shoulder trousers and inhale. Then I reach out to open the door to reveal... Eddie! It's good to see you. I was waiting a little while. I didn't interrupt you in the middle of breakfast, did I? You did, but it is fine. I did not have much of an appetite. Oh yeah? You weren't getting butterflies, were you? At the thought of seeing my handsome face again? No, I know Abel is only teasing, but he has managed to hit the nail on the head. He's disarmingly perceptive. Goodness, now I'm beginning to get flustered. Why does this always happen when I'm with him? Just kidding. I know I'm not all that much to look at. If Hortense doesn't even want a piece of me, and she's desperate. You can do better. We'll be off soon, I guess, but first, I want to say a word or two to Mrs. L. I'd be rude not to. Is that alright? Oh yes, be my guest. Great, I won't be a sec. Abel heads on over to the kitchen without pausing to take off his boots. They have an awful lot of laces, so I suppose that can be excused. Then greets Iris with a wave. Hey Mrs. L, it's good to see you again. Oh Abel, I thought it was you at the door. It's good to see you too. Have you come here to whisk Edmund away? That was the plan, yeah. I've come to indoctrinate your butler into a life of debauchery. If you've got no problems with that, of course. I think Edmund could use a bit of debauching. I worry he doesn't know how to enjoy himself. How funny! I say the same thing to myself all the frickin' time. Isn't that right, Ed? You might have mentioned it once or twice. But I am perfectly happy with the way I am. Oh, stuff and nonsense. I'm sure I'll turn you soon enough. I I have a load of fun activities planned, like rating beach babes on their bikinis. Doesn't that sound exciting? You can't do that around Fen Chapel, not when most of its population are like geriatrics. No offense meant, Mrs. L. There's none taken. I know what young boys are like. I've raised 2 of them myself. I hope you have fun. Just don't make nuisances of yourselves. Can't promise that, but I'll try not to make too much of a ruckus. Yes, you do that. Have a good day and take care, Redmond. I'm afraid he isn't very worldly. Haha, now that's funny. If you were my mother, Mrs. L, you'd be asking your to keep an eye on me. I'm the troublemaker, or so I've heard. Oh, I don't think there's anything wrong with causing a bit of trouble every now and again. I got into all sorts of mischief myself back in the day. Like what? Now, that will be telling. Perhaps I'll share some of my stories with you later if you want to stop by again. Gossip is always best exchanged over tea and cake. For now, however, you 2 have a trip. Don't let me keep you. Think of all of the girls in their swimsuits. Good point, we're missing out. See you, Mrs. L. Yes, see you, Iris. I'll be back later. Do you want me to call you? Oh no, it's quite alright, don't worry about me. You do enough of that already. For one day at least, I want you to enjoy yourself. My drive to Rythorpe with Abel is blessedly uneventful. I have to concentrate on the road, so conversation between us is brief. Abel does most of the talking while I listen. An arrangement I do not have any qualms with. Letting Abel chatter to me is rather relaxing. We arrive at Rythorpe in good time and I am able to find a parking space without too much difficulty. We leave the car behind us and Abel goes dashing off, his arms outstretched like a small child. He looks like somebody is excited. We're here, it's the beach! Yes, I suppose it is. It certainly is the beach, all right. I scanned Rythorpe's beach, one hand held to my brow to blot out the sunlight. Rythorpe is not a particularly large town, but it is larger than Fen Chapel, and it would appear that half of its population is chosen today to unwind and relax on the beach. The beach is positively crammed with swimsuit-clad bodies. Men and women lounging beneath colourful beach umbrellas, on deck chairs or on blankets. You can see children digging their pudgy fingers into the sand, constructing moats and castles, and families frolicking in the surf. It's quite a pleasant scene. The sort one might expect to find emblazoned upon a postcard. I doubt it would be hard to find such postcards in any one of the kitschy touristy shops that line the seafront, actually. You can see no end of pastel-fronted souvenir shops that sell all sorts of tat, wind chimes that tinkle in the breeze, dream catchers strung with glass beads, and little ornaments shaped like mermaids and fairies and unicorns. These shops sell fossils too, and agates, and candles, and soaps. There is an awful lot of selection. The beach is so bustling it is overwhelming in general, but I know I'll be alright. I'm with Abel, and I'm prepared to enjoy myself just as Iris entreated. That was my plan at least, but... Phew, would you take a look at the tits on her? I haven't been on the beach with Abel for more than 5 minutes when he begins to whistle appreciatively at a buxom blonde a few paces away, sunbathing on a spread towel. She is rather well endowed, but it seems churlish to comment upon it quite so openly. I doubt this woman came to the beach so she could be gawped at. So Ed, what do you think? She's a hottie, don't you think? Is she your type? I cannot say I've given much thought, really. What? Don't you like her? It's not a case of me liking her or not. I simply think that making unsolicited remarks on women's bodies is rude. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Omni. So, the beach date is not going super well. Neither of them are in swimming trunks, showing off their tummies and bashfully looking away from each other. And the little goth guy keeps staring at women in bikinis and going and whistling at them. It's kind of a shit beach day, I'm not gonna lie. This may be more heterosexual. Glory to the yes, hello Omni. Good job as always. Yeah. Abel is a victim of compulsory heterosexuality, we will say. He is trying very hard to fit in at all times with the heterosexual vibe. He's got some shit to work out. And Edmund, yeah, it is. It's a real problem for him. Oh, come on, don't be so boring. It's not like I'm getting all up in her face and telling her she has nice tits. I doubt she can hear us. But if she could, I don't see why she'd be offended. I think I'm being pretty complimentary. Well, you would say that after all those things you said about Mrs. Y. Huh? Abel frowns. He looks perplexed for a handful of moments until realization dawns. Oh, that. Don't tell me you're still hung up on that whole Mr. Y thing. That was ages ago. It was 3 weeks ago. Yeah, well, try not to worry about it too much. Might be hard to ask for you given you worry all the frickin' time, but I wouldn't read into it. I already told you that I don't like MILFs. And that blonde woman? Do you like her? If we're talking aesthetically, then yeah. She's got to be an 8 at least. You are rating her numerically? Why not? I used to do it with Ollie all the time back in high school. See? See, he's been trained to think this is normal. You had a friend like that, dude would stop and ogle at women and go, God bless America. Told him everyone could see him and he needed to tone it down. Yep. Yeah, it's incredibly weird, but it's something that a lot of guys get trained into thinking they should be doing, and that's normal. So let's just root for Abel here, guys. He is in a yaoi visual novel. I think we can be hopeful. We had a rankings list for all the girls in our year, and some of the girls in the years below. Yeah, they usually rate the guy who calls them out as weird and maybe gay, because they don't like considering that they're the weird ones, even though they're in the majority. That woman is a definite 8. How she'd be a 9 if she didn't have such a square chin. It's kind of a shame since the rest of her is so hot, but oh well, nobody's perfect. The opinions that Abel presents in this visual novel are not reflective of the streamer. Women are hot. Doesn't matter what your chin looks like, you're fine. I promise. Your dad thought you were gay? Worst things to think a kid is, I'm gonna be real. Worst things for him to think you were. Let's be real. Yeah, we're here for the puke kisses. Yeah. As for that redhead over there, she'd be a 6 even though she's a pretty good pair of tits on account of all those freckles. See, the reflections of Abel, the opinions of Abel are not reflected by the streamer. So hi Zathoa, hi Rat. Abel's having his like evil arc right now, where he's being a proper terrible person. Welcome to the Ebihime game. Ebihime just makes people terrible. Hair's a bit frizzy too, it's not to my tastes. Oh, you did think worse, just found right. Talking about women, about relationships with your father or your mother is weird. Yeah, he's forcing himself into the horrible steps of being manly. Yep, he is. We're compulsory heterosexuality is being put into this lad. He's been trained since his childhood to act like this. I wonder if she's frizzy down there too. Abel! You cannot simply say things like that! Forcing the literal chivalrous knights to put up with Abel is a kind of hell that I would never put on this poor Edmund. Frizzy? It's like a hair texture. Why not? You're the only one who can hear me. I know that, but that does not mean I want to hear it. It is indecent. You think looking at sexy women bikinis is indecent? Abel pouts. That's the whole reason why I should have come to the beach with me. What else is there to do around here, huh? What else is indeed? I had thought that Abel wished to come to the beach with me because he enjoyed my company, but evidently not. I had to say that was a bit of wishful thinking on my end. No, Edmund, he enjoys your company. He just doesn't know how dudes hang out. He doesn't know how to do healthy dude relationships. He doesn't know how that works. It doesn't mix. Like, he hasn't been trained in this. You need to take the lead sometimes. I thought that we might go swimming. Swimming? Abel snorts. In England? No thanks. It's a warm enough day, but I bet the water will be frigid. You'll not catch me going in there. I'd rather look at all the women. Oh, like that goth girl now. She's my type. That belly button piercing is sexy, although her ass is kind of flat, isn't it? I am not going to dignify that with an answer. Oh, Ed. Couldn't you at least pretend to be a little bit interested? I could, but I do not want to. I'm finding this all very childish. Childish? Abel snorts. As if there's anything childish about looking at a bunch of scantily clad women. Isn't it like the exact opposite of that? Some of these bikinis, man, they don't cover very much. I was thinking much the same myself, in truth, but I do not tell Abel this. I do not want to give him the satisfaction. Surely there's got to be at least one woman around here you find attractive. What about those sporty-looking girl with the tan and the ponytail? She's cute, right? See, look, he's trying to bro out with him. He's trying to be like, bro. Dude, bro. Bro, we're broing right now. Fist bump, you know. She looks fine. All these women look fine. That does not mean I want to comment on their appearances, though. Oh, boo. You're so boring. You were like this with the woman back at the Four Smugglers, too. All strange and standoffish. I know I've harped on this before, but I really am getting curious. Are you sure you're not gay? Well... Abel's eyes look suddenly strangely piercing, and I have to turn my head away. My face is beginning to turn pink. This seems quite the hypocritical question to ask. Coming from a man who kissed me first, I never instigated anything of the sort. Why then is Abel's expression so accusatory? Is it really so heinous a crime that I do not like to stare at women in swimsuits on the beach? I do not think there is anything unusual about my behaviour, but now I am beginning to wonder. Hey Ed, you're alright. You're gone all quiet on me. I didn't touch a nerve, did I? No, it is quite alright. You sure? I am sure it is fine. That is what I tried to tell myself, but I know I'm not being wholly honest. I do not feel fine, but I don't want to plunder that. I do not have the energy for it. I'm too tired. Oh. Beach date didn't go super well. Beach date hasn't gone great. I was more hopeful than this, guys. I was. But I guess they're still working through shit. I spend the next few hours lying about on the beach with Abel, doing nothing much more strenuous beyond sunbathing. Abel occupies himself with scrolling with his phone, whilst I flip through the pages of a sprawling fantasy yarn liberating from a shelf in Iris's home. Time to... Yeah, it's great. It's great. One thing I really enjoy about Emihime is that she will take a lot of tropes, like, I can't be gay, sort of like yaoi bullshit, and she will bring it into reality like this, and I find that quite cool. I am perfectly content to read my novel, but Abel eventually tires of this. He gets to his feet, stretching, and announces that we ought to take a look around. Apparently we shouldn't be content with wasting all our time lying about. I do not think our usage of the day has been particularly wasteful, but I do not object to this turn of phrase. It was Abel's idea that we come to Rythorpe, so it seems only fair that I acquiesce to his wishes. Together, Abel and I began to peruse the shops which line the seafront. We duck into small art galleries which are full of no shortage of nautical-themed paintings, and gift shops whose shelves are full of sailing ships and bottles and fragile, breakable ornaments of flaxen-haired mermaids. I'm rather enjoying our day, slow-paced and lackadaisical though it is. But Abel seems less than amused. He looks disgruntled, which might be why he makes his next suggestion. Hey Eddie, why don't we stop by a bar, get something to drink? There's some nice places around here, believe it or not. What? But we only just had something to drink. You had that coffee. I did, yeah, but it didn't do me much good. It was weaker than Nat's piss. What a lovely mental image. I want to get something proper to drink. It's as good a way of killing time as any. Abel is also alcoholic, by the way. Just, you know, fun times. I do not know. It seems so early to start knocking back alcohol. It is only... I checked my phone. 4 o'clock. Well, yeah, I know it's early, but it's not like I'm going to get sloshed. I just want one measly pint. Yeah, Abel's full of really healthy mental state. That's Slaps Abel on the head. This bad boy can fit so much trauma and mental illness. And bad coping mechanisms. I'm just about to do a bar crawl. I'm not about to do a bar crawl here, silly. It's funny seeing this Twinkie man have all... Yeah, it's cool seeing him have all the negative male bullshit. It's a really cool twist on things, yeah. Are you sure? I'm sure I know my limits. I'm not a child. I know you are not, but... There'll be less of that, mister. No buts. Everything will be Gucci, I promise. Gucci? That is a term I have not heard before. Good. I mean, God. Forget that you get confused about the weirdest of stuff, but don't worry. I'll try not to, if nothing else. I'm not going to haul you along some den of depravity no matter how much Mrs. L and I agree you could do with some debauching. I just want 1 pint, that's all. A pint and maybe some peanuts. You aren't going to deny me a good time, are you? Well... I hang back, frowning. I do not wish to be accused of being a spoil sport. But I cannot accept this decision of Abel's without question. I am reminded, rather unpleasantly, of how Abel acted when we last went to Rythorpe. He drank too much then, too. And then he got into that altercation, albeit unwittingly, with that man. If it were not for me, he probably would have been punched in the face. I was able to steer him clear of any danger, but I could not rescue him from himself. Abel still vomited on the ground, almost splashing my foot shoes. Then, not long after that, he started sobbing. I do not think I should encourage even more of this reckless behaviour. Your dad and your boss talked about taking you to a brothel? You've got a fucking weird group going on, man. I don't know, Omni. I mean, obviously, I don't know where you come from culturally. Like, I don't know your background extensively. I don't live it. But that's a wild thing for a relative to do to someone, I must say. A relative, if anything. Those two in particular? Oh, just them? It's just them who are weird. Okay, cool. There's always a couple of weirdos in every society. I just hear funny stories from you sometimes, and I'm like, man, interesting. It's just those two, though, who are weird? Okay. That's something, at least. At least it's not everyone. Edmund is going to try and fix Abel. I can sense it. He's going to try and put Abel on the path of being healthy. This is going to be really difficult, because it's Ebihime, and she doesn't make fixing people easy, and often it doesn't work. Your other IRL friend's interesting but for entirely different reasons. Good reasons, I hope. Interesting in a fun way, in a way we enjoy. I want to be sensible, but... Oh, come on, Ed, don't look at me like that. You're being a real killjoy. Why don't you loosen up, live a little? What are you, my mother? No, of course not. I'm just worried, that's all. Well, don't. Good reason, yeah. Excellent. I love having friends around me who have like different interests and know different things and have like very different people to me, because it's so fun. I love that. That's very cool for you. Well, don't. What have you got to worry about, huh? You're making out like I'm all untrustworthy. I do wonder about that after seeing Abel's earlier conduct, but I choose to keep this remark to myself. I have sense enough to know that it will not go down well. I do not want to make an enemy out of Abel, not when we came here to have fun. I still have some gripes about this change of plans, but what can I feasibly do about it? Unfortunately, your dad and boss are the norm culturally. Oh, Hispanic culture be like that sometimes. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with Hispanic culture, unfortunately. I'm sorry it's like that, like, normally. I'm sorry that's the norm culturally. I'm glad you're doing your bit to be a better example of a person. Abel is an adult, like you himself said. I cannot tell him what to do, and neither do I want to. I do not want to act like his parent. I would rather act like an equal. Though I am beginning to worry that with the addition of alcohol, this might become more complicated than I previously imagined. Ah, now that's more like it. Abel sighs contentedly as he slams down his glass. Oh! I must away for a moment. I have been informed that I have to give Hina a treat. Oh no! Just everyone stare at the cute little goth boy while I'm gone. Look at his beautiful brown eyes. Isn't he precious? Yeah. Hi guys, I'm back. Yeah, no, if you're at the bar, it's different, guys. Don't worry. It's not like... Another thing is that Abel is immensely ADHD, so he probably there are real depressants in alcohol usage, which would relax him. His brain will think he's being relaxed by it, so he won't feel as fidgety. Just having a quick drink. So that will be part of why he craves it, I think. I'm no psychologist or chemical knower or anything, but that's just my theory. Knowing that ADHD makes you very all over the place, and knowing that alcohol is a depressant, just a theory of why he seeks it out a bit, as well as the rampant alcohol culture that is in the UK. But hi, I'm back. She ate all her... I gave her 2 treats. As usual, she is a terrible eater. She crunched them up and dropped crumbs out of her mouth the whole time, and she ate all of her crumbs except for one. Pretty good for her. She got greenies. She loves greenies. She loves crunching treats, even though she drops so much. She is Princess Baby. You will actually see a shot of her in the next podcast episode because she yells, and the mic picks her up during the recording, so I asked our editor to flash a picture of her up for the listeners, just so they know who's talking. We did that recording yesterday, and it was very fun. I enjoyed it a lot, even if I hated the movie. Oh, spoilers. I shouldn't have said that. She's a very good talker. She's a very, you know how people say that Siamese cats talk a lot? She's kind of like that. She just doesn't have the Siamese specific notage to her talking. She just talks as much as a Siamese cat, I would say. But she doesn't have the accent, so to say. I don't know how to explain it. There is a specific accent to a Siamese cat's yelling. Has anyone else noticed that? It's just very interesting. I wonder if there's something in the breed. This is the second glass of beer he has consumed since we arrived at the pub. Yep, he is going to just keep drinking. Quill whines when she talks. She does look like a whiner. I can see that. She's a little needy princess. She learned from the best. I love joking that Quill learned a lot from Hine. You haven't heard a Siamese cat before? Oh, I should send you a short of a Siamese talking later after stream. I'd love to hear your opinion on it. Yeah, Abel, he's already downing his second pint. He is just gonna get sloshed. Great job, lad. We saw this coming a mile away. So as always, Ebihime, even when she's doing a cute game about cute boys, and she's like, this isn't a tragedy, this isn't one of my dark, depressing stories, yeah, more puke kisses, let's go. We might get more kisses that are pukey. Maybe we'll get an open mouth kiss this time, score. Oh god, no. Oh, I thought about that and I was like, and I'm just immediately hit by how gross that would be. Please, if you're puke kissing someone, don't open the mouth. At the very least, have that kindness. Yes, I saw this coming a mile away. As with any Ebihime story, even when she's like, oh, this isn't a tragedy, this isn't one of my depressing stories, she's like, I have to slot in something like really depressing, like Abel's rampant alcoholism and his trauma surrounding his dead sister and his compulsory heterosexual behavior. You know, classic shit. She's so real like that. I love her. She's like one of those artists I really idolize, which I shouldn't do, but you know. It is what it is. It is a dingy, decidedly unimpressive establishment with a warped wooden floor and a low ceiling, whose wooden eaves suggest it was built sometime in the early 19th century. Oh, a normal pub then. A normal British pub then. It is rather early in the day and there are not many people in this bar. A handful of tables are occupied, but it is mostly by the elderly, come to rest their weary legs and to escape from the sunshine. That is something about pubs in the UK that's really good, is that they are open all the time. Fairly open all the time. And they're very, like, in the middle of town, usually. Like, they're very much accessible, they have nice seating, they're comfortable, so you can just sit down. There's not much to eat at them. You might be able to get some peanuts, or like a bag of chips. But you can have a seat, and that's something about them, is that they have accessible seating, which is very, very good, and not a lot of areas will have that in the world at all. Most of the patrons of this pub, from what I've gathered, are not drinking alcohol, not like Abel is. There is a table of white-haired old women who seem to be sipping cups of tea, and a family with a squalling baby who have a unique, united appreciation of Coke, but that is about it. That's another thing, it's socially acceptable to bring your children in, so it's actually very, it's okay to like have a family gathering there. We kind of have that over here too. We do have that over here in our country as well. It's one of the few inheritances that we have gotten from the British that I'm not upset about. Because even though I know it's an environment of alcohol, it is tempered by the fact that children can be in the setting. There are a few men sitting by the bar itself who are nursing pints, but they were here when Abel and I entered the bar half an hour ago, and they are still on same drinks. Okay, so he has had 2 pints in half an hour and he's a short little twink. He's not going to be doing very soberly. He's not going to be sober, we'll say that much. He must be getting tipsy, I have to say. They seem content to enjoy one another's company and conversation rather than trying to get soused. That's a great word, soused. It's like sloshed, basically. I would recommend using it, it's a good word. Abel, meanwhile, has said very little to me since we ducked in here, though he is supposed to be my companion. The brunt of his attention is focused instead upon his drink. Grimly, I have to wonder what happened to that singular pint he talked about. Abel said he would not drink too much. He promised. I was a bit hesitant about accepting this promise at face value after everything that happened at the Four Smugglers. But I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. That's the problem with addicts, is they don't know. When someone says too much and they're a normal person, they'll be like 2, maybe 2. When you're an addict, when you're used to having such a surplus of things in your system, not having too much could be like 5 or something. I wanted to think that Abel truly meant to change. Maybe he did, and he's just a tired person who isn't perfect. Now I cannot help but feel rather foolish. Why was I not firmer with him? I finally feel like myself again. Oh, honey. Abel, meanwhile, looks wholly at his ease, unconcerned by his excess. Perhaps he did not consider 2 pints in under half an hour excess. Exactly, that's what I was saying. This might be rather mild by his standards. Exactly. I do not know. I have no idea how much Abel used to drink at university, but I'm unsure whether I want to know. Thought is an upsetting one. I'm starting to loosen up now. Maybe I should get in at just one more? The 3rd time's the charm, as they say. People might say that, but that needn't apply in our situation. I think 2 pints is plenty. Oh, Ed, stop being such a wet blanket. Let me live a little, right? I get enough lecturing at home with my mother. Don't you start on it too. If she lectures you, it is because she cares about you, and I care about you too. I do not want you drinking yourself into a stupor. Please. I know your heart's in the right place, but I'm not going to drink that much. You can trust me, Ed. I would like to think I can, but you've already drunk more than you said you would. So? Abel frowns. His expression the obstinate, sulky one of a child. I've not drunk enough, I'm vomiting over myself, Ed, so it'll be fine. I, know my limits. I'll be just peachy. You should be worrying about yourself if you ask me. I beg your pardon? You heard me. We've been here almost an hour. It's not even been half an hour, actually. Details. Abel waves one arm carelessly. What I'm saying is we've been here a while and you've barely even touched your pint. Maybe the issue is not that I drink too much, but that you don't drink enough. Instead of sitting there looking all mopey, why don't you try and live a little? Life's short, you know. It's too short to waste it being miserable. I do not like drinking alcohol though, not to excess. You know that. I've already told you. I did not even want a pint. I asked for a tonic water, but you insisted. Well, duh. I wasn't going to bring you to a bar and buy you a fucking tonic water, was I? You're a grown man. The women at that table are drinking tea. So they are, but the women at the table are also geriatric. They're not 90-odd for fuck's sake. Don't be afraid of having fun. I do not find drinking fun though. I really would have preferred a glass of water. I cannot drink too much in any case, given I have to drive us back home. It wouldn't be responsible. Oh, Ed, spare me. You can act like a fucking Puritan if you want, but don't push that shit onto me. I want to have some fun. Stop being such a fucking sissy. It is with this passing remark that Abel rises to his feet and heads over to the bar. I think of calling him back, but ultimately, I do nothing. I know, even if I tried, then he would not listen to me. This, Gut Chat, is the classic turning point in the game, where things are going to fall apart a bit. And then they're going to have realizations and they're going to get together properly. I know these story structures. He would only instead grow to resent me. I watch on, feeling hopeless, as Abel orders yet another drink. He waits by the bar for about a minute, his arms crossed, before the man behind the counter, a bald, tattooed man with a bushy ginger beard. Well, that's kind of a great look. Bald, lots of tattoos, bushy ginger beard. Iconic. Classic beer man. Classic bar man. Great fucking look. Draws up his 3rd pint. Abel takes the pint and returns to our table, grinning, as though he has just unearthed the Holy Grail. Now this is more like it. Cheers! Abel clinks his glass against mine, then starts to knock it back. Abel's throat convulses as he swallows, and his upper lip is damp when he finally sets the mug down. He looks content enough, but I cannot help but worry. Perhaps I really ought to say something. I cannot stay silent any longer, not in good conscience. I'm beginning to worry about him. Not, I suppose, that this is anything new. I always seem to worry about Abel. He invites it. Abel, please. I think you ought to slow down. You have drunk too much. I try to address Abel in the most level manner possible, not wanting to cause any upset, but this appears to be a wasted effort. Abel seems determined to take offence because he glowers at me. Well, gee. I'm very sorry, Edie, but I'm going to beg to differ on this point. If you ask me, I don't think I'm drunk enough. And what would your definition be, might I ask, of being drunk enough? Well, let's see. Being so drunk I can't stand up, I guess. You want to become completely inebriated? Well, why not? It's not like there's nothing much else to do around here. Well, I thought it was a shithole, but it's better than fucking Finn Chapel. Now that place really is depressing. So fucking depressing, I think I might cry. I need another drink. No, you don't. I counter this as swiftly as I'm able, reaching out across the table to take hold of Abel's wrist before he can rise. You've drunk too much already. If you keep at it, you will make yourself throw up. You do not want a repeat of what happened when we went to the club, do you? Ed, please, stop being such a baby. Where's your sense of adventure? I have plenty of that, thank you very much. I am sure that I have slain more fairy queens in my time than Abel has, if nothing else. But I do not think that getting drunk constitutes as an adventure. You are doing nothing save embarrassing yourself. What? Abel scowls at me. He seemed in good enough spirits before that remark, but what remained of his good cheer now evaporates. Abel's expression hardens like stone. Then very coldly he says, "So I'm an embarrassment now, am I, Eddie? Can't you stand being seen with me, huh?" Ooh, things aren't going well. No, that is not what I meant. I would just like it if you would take better care of yourself. Seeing you're in this state is upsetting. Can you not see that you're making yourself ill? Oh, please. I didn't ask you to come out with me so you could nag me. You're doing my fucking head in. You've made that quite plain, but it seems unfair. I'm only trying to help. Well, ain't that nice of you? It's peachy keen, but when did I ask you to help? You did not, I suppose. I just thought... You thought wrong. Stop killing the mood. It's so boring around here all the fucking time. There's nothing to fucking do other than get drunk out of my fucking mind. You're not gonna deny me a good time, are you, acting all prim and proper? I know you don't drink yourself, but I didn't think you were so stuck up. I'm not. I'm just trying to be... sensible. Abel scoffs. Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, Ed, but I've never been sensible. Our lives are fleeting, so we might as well have some fun. I want to get hammered. It's the only thing I can really do around here, so you might as well let me. Actually, I'm surprised you aren't being more supportive. The more I drink will benefit you, you know. I beg your pardon. You heard what I said. Shouldn't you want me to be smashed? It'd be in your best interests. I mean, that's the only way I'll ever kiss you. What the fuck? What? You heard me. You were hoping for a repeat of what happened last time we came out here, weren't you? I can see it in your face. You're obsessed with me. No, I'm not. Oh, drop it. Don't play dumb with me. You're really bad at acting. Don't think I haven't noticed the way you've been looking at me. I know what's going on here. I know why you always act so fucking nice, and it's not because you care about me. That's what just make you a saint, but there's just no way. Nobody's kind-hearted enough to put up with a fuck-up like me, not the way you do. There must be something in all of this for you. That's what you're banking on, isn't it? No, you, Ed, are a f***. I can say it, I'm gay! But he can't, because he thinks he's straight, okay? I can say it. I can say it. Ibby Hime was allowed to write that too, she's very gay. This is just... Oh my god. Wow. This beach date went worse than I thought it could. Holy shit! How are we doing, chat? Are we coping? Are we coping out there? Jesus H. Christ! Whew. How are we coping? Oh my god. Apologies for such a heavy word. Whew. You try to act otherwise, but I know. I can see right through you. You don't give a shit about me. You just want to get something from me. You want to kiss me. No, I don't. You want to fuck me, isn't that right? Abel's eyes are dark enough to be disturbing. His expression, meanwhile, is truly awful. The harsh lights of the pub throw his features into sharp relief, but not even they can illuminate his eyes. I dip my head and inhale. I cannot let myself rise to these provocations, hurtful though they are. I have to be the bigger man, not just in the literal sense, which has already been established. but in the figurative. Abel's words might hurt, but I cannot let him know that. I do not want to go to pieces in the middle of the pub. It is far too public. Inwardly, I count to 10. Then the softest voice I can muster, I can say, I don't think we should be doing this here. It will cause a scene. Let's not talk about this anymore. It isn't very productive. You're drunk, so you're not thinking straight. Oh, you wish I wasn't thinking straight. I'm sorry, but what do you mean? Trying to play dumb, are we? You do that so often, Ed. It sometimes makes me wonder about your IQ. You try to act so smart, but you get tripped up all the time. You act like you've been living under a rock all your life. But it's fine. I'm feeling chatty, so I'll enlighten you. You might act like you care about me, but I know you don't. You can't. And what makes you so certain of that? Oh, we get a new CG, though. We get a pretty new CG of his mental breakdown in the middle of the pub. That's kind of cute. We got something out of this. Oh, I clicked ahead of... Whoops. Because there's nothing about me worth caring about. Abel slams his fist against the table to emphasize this point. Our mugs jumping to attention at the gesture. I'm a loser, Ed. You know that. I know that. Everybody knows that. It's a mystery why anybody'd want to be friends with me, especially a guy like you. I know that's what my mother thinks, at least. She'd never say as much. My mum doesn't like direct conflict. She far prefers picking at people's faults in an underhanded, bitchy way. But it's so obvious. She thinks you're too good for me. She doesn't get why you'd want to be friends with me, of all people. Neither do I. Not unless I assume you're only in this to get some. Am I right or am I right? Abel's voice has risen in volume during his diatribe, and now people are turning to look at us. We're causing a disturbance. I can see curious eyes trained upon me, too many eyes. My face begins to prickle. This is so painfully embarrassing I cannot help but blush. It is Abel's accusation, however, which stings the most. I have done my best to be a good friend to him, but now it would appear that he wished to disregard all my efforts. Does he truly care for me that little? No, you aren't right. That is awful. How could you say that? How could you even think that? I have tried to help you, Abel, because I care about you. I haven't been doing whatever it is you think I've been doing. Moreover, you said it yourself. I'm awful at lying. Yeah, why don't you pull the other one? It is bells on. Abel, listen. No, you listen. Level with me, Ed. Thought you were different from the rest of them, but you're not. I've spent enough time with you that I can see what you're actually like. In the end, it looks like you're not that different from Kia. What does your sister have to do with this? She's everything to do with this. Hi, Piranha. You walked in during this, our cute little twink's mental breakdown. You did miss him calling the other guy a slur, though, which is kind of nice. Like, that's kind of a bonus. You didn't see him do the slur. But welcome in. Welcome in, Piranha. What a time to come in. Eventful, yeah. That's a word for it. Everybody loved Kia too. She acted so perfect. They couldn't help but adore her. She was smart and kind and polite, and she was everything and I was nothing. She stole from me and she never even apologized. She acted like it was her God-given right to be adored just because she existed, and I was always sidelined. I wasn't even second best. She made me feel about this big. Abel makes a gesture with one hand. And you're the same. You act perfect all the time, just like Kia, like you're so, I don't know, incorruptible. I've only known you for a month and my own fucking mother already likes you more than she likes me. She was getting on my case this morning, actually, saying I should be more like you. That I should be more responsible. My god, that explains why he was trying to get him to ogle at girls at the beach. He's trying to find flaws in him, so he doesn't seem like a perfect, untouchable person like his sister was. And it's why he keeps trying to get him to drink alcohol, because he wants him to not be perfect. He wants him to have flaws. He wants him to be a person with him. And if he's not a person, then what does he want? Why would someone who's perfect want to be around him? It makes so much sense. Why he was being so weird now. Oh my god. She's always having a go at me about something or other. I've never been good enough. I thought that might have stopped after Kia died, but no, of course not. I should be so fucking lucky. I can't stand people like you who make me look like shit in comparison because I'm not incredible. Average, I know I'm average, but there shouldn't be any harm in that. Good enough is still good. My mother doesn't see it that way. She never has. I'm not enough, at least not in her eyes. I'm not worth enough. And it's not fair. You're not worth more than I am, you Oh, Piranha, it's okay. It's okay, you got to enjoy a slur with us. He did it again. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry if this is triggering for you, for that the anime twink is calling you a gay slur. But I'm allowed to say it, so it's okay. I kid. It is I understand if it's triggering. If you're not coping with the slurs, I completely understand that. A surprised murmur fills the bar at this, courtesy of the numerous patrons who've been watching our bust up. But I can't pick out any individual remarks. Perhaps that is for the best. My attention is wholly focused upon Abel. I need to drown the rest of the world out. It is not relevant. I can see that he is in pain, but what can I do to help him? Is there anything I can do to help him? It seems unlikely. My mother might have fallen for you, but I'm not that easy. I'm not impressed by the way you talk or the way you act. I've had enough of your bullshit. Why don't you leave me alone? I'm sick of you, I'm sick of Kira, and I'm sick of all these fucking expectations everybody has of me all the fucking time. I'm sick of everything. I wish it would all disappear. Sometimes I wish I could disappear too. I wish I was dead. An awful silence descends after this final remark, a silence so deep one could hear a pin drop. Abel is breathing heavily, as though he has just finished running a marathon. He kinda did. It's an emotional marathon, let's be real. His expression twists. Then tears bead in his eyes. Fuck. And he begins to cry. People are murmuring among themselves, talking about us, no doubt, which is understandable. We must look a pair of fools. No, babes, you don't look like a pair of fools. You're having a bad day, that's all. Oh my god. One time, I was in, like, this random work training thing. And I don't know why, but, like, there was a section that was, like, discussing, like, relationships and friendships. And there was a bit where they were talking about how, like, you know you're in a friendship if you talk to someone. If someone, like, a good way to, like, judge if you're in a good friendship or relationship is, like, if they reach out to you and stuff. And I just ended up breaking down in the middle of that group. No one really brought attention to it, which I actually appreciated. I didn't want anyone to look at me. They just sort of let me cry that out and deal with it, because we were all kind of fucked up. It was a government support group work training thing, so none of us were doing great, as you can imagine, so they all kind of just let me cry and didn't make a big fuss about it, because I realized in that moment that none of my none of the people I had called friends in my life talked to me unless they needed something out of me, and it was really hurtful. And I'm pretty sure I cut them all out of my life like a day after, because I was like, I can't live with people like that. I can't be having breakdowns in public because I'm realizing that my relationships are so shallow. So it's okay. Sometimes you don't look like a fool. You look like someone going through a rough time. But I understand the pressure of people staring at you. My face, which was already flushed, turns even redder. I still do not know what to say to Abel, but I know we cannot stand around here. It would only be asking for trouble. Oh, for goodness sake. I press my head into both my hands and inhale. Then after a pause, I murmur, "Did you pay for your drinks already?" "No, duh. That's how these places work. Why do you need to ask?" "I need to ask, but it is imperative that we leave at once." "What? You don't want to talk things out?" "Not right here." "Oh, Eddie, you aren't ashamed of me, are you?" "Not usually, no. But at the moment, do not test me, please. I have a headache." I think I need some fresh air. Do not want to hang around here for a moment longer. Not with all these curious eyes trained upon me. It is far too painful. The drive back to Fenchapel was an awkward one, during which neither Abel nor I said very much. I cannot think anything to say to him after everything that's transpired. Abel's scathing remarks continue to wear my conscience like lead. Though it is true that I've thought about the kiss we shared more often than I thought ought, I do not see how that diminishes the concern I have for him. A kiss does not make my concern any less legitimate. Or does it? I do not know. Was it wrong of me to dwell upon that kiss? To hope, however fleetingly, for a request of what occurred upon the beach in the dark? I thought that I had done a good job of hiding these feelings, but apparently not. Abel could still tell what I was thinking about. I wonder how long he has known. If indeed he truly does know. Abel's scathing remarks earlier could have been wild shots in the dark. Perhaps he did not believe that I feel for him as I do. But if that was a supposition on his part, I suppose I could have proved it. The intensity of my reaction should have made my feelings obvious. I am so transparent. Do my feelings for Abel make it impossible for me to console him about Kia? Should I not bother? I've only ever had Abel's best interests at heart, but perhaps Abel does not see it that way. I try to speak to Abel once or twice during the journey home, but he does not answer. He keeps his gaze fixed upon the window and the grey ribbon of unfurling road which passes beyond it. His brow is furrowed, and his face looks ghostly, almost ghastly. He really did have too much drink to spice his protests to the contrary. I think he must be feeling sick, but if that is the case, he does not tell me about it. Neither does he ask me during our journey to pull over so he can vomit. I wonder if Abel regards his own discomfort as a small price to pay for refusing to speak to me. He does not even look at me. The atmosphere in the car is cold and inhospitable, so much so it makes me shudder. There is nothing I have left to say to Abel. Not unless he wishes to speak to me first, which he clearly does not. I can tell based on nothing but his posture that he cannot wait to get away from me. I wish I could say that I do not feel similarly about him, but alas, at this point that feeling is mutual. The journey from Rythorpe to Fenchapel has never felt longer. I see Abel off at his home without so much as a parting word, then return to Iris's home. It is not too late when I get back and the sun has yet to sink. I had thought that I might stay out a bit later than this, a sentiment Iris herself seems to share because she looks surprised when she sees me shuffling into the living room. Edmund! Iris sets her knitting to one side, which she was busying herself with, and looks at me concernedly. I didn't expect to be seeing you back already. I thought you would have gone out to eat somewhere with Abel. Did something happen? I don't. I stand in the doorway feeling rather worse for wear. My head is hanging, and I cannot bring myself to look into Iris's face, congenial though it is. My stomach twists into a knot. I did not drink very much alcohol, but I feel like I might be sick regardless. I inhale shakily, my fingers clenching at my sides. Then I raise my head. My eyes meet Iris's, which are full of concern, as I expected. And it is her concern which finally breaks me. I don't know. I don't really know how it happened or what went wrong. I don't know what I did, but Abel, he was so awful to me. I cannot fight against the encroaching, obliterating wave of my emotions. Not any longer. The confession falls from my mouth in a short, sharp gasp, even more violent than a knife through the ribs. And with a pitiful whimper, I begin to cry. My tears come on so suddenly and with such a vicious intensity that it startles me. I did not expect it myself, and I gasp. A damp hiccoughing. Sorry. A damp hiccoughing sound, which lodges in the back of my throat. My eyes are burning. The last time I cried it was after I said farewell to Leofa in the forest, when Lisbeth and I both rushed to embrace her. I tried to stem my tears during our farewell. I wanted to look responsible to the last, the responsible older brother. But I was unsuccessful. They filled my eyes regardless, and then they fell. I felt like a child then, weak and vulnerable. I detested my own fragility, and I did my best to curtail it in the days which ensued. Though my thoughts often turned to my younger sister, I did not let myself cry over her passing. Not even on my own. It would have been too embarrassing. I cannot stop my tears now, however. They are overflowing. I am crying so much, the living room wavers in front of me and everything skews. I am crying, not just over Abel's rejection, but Leofe's goodbye, which I never truly had a chance to process. I am crying for my father, who I will never see again, and my mother, who died during childbirth when I was only 7 years old. I am crying for the world I was born into, a world which no longer exists. I am an alien in the 21st century, cut adrift from all I once knew, and though I have Iris as my surrogate mother, it does not feel like enough. I feel horribly, overbearingly alone. Oh, Edmund, you poor dear. You really have been through the wars. Let us get you settled. Come here. Sit down. Sit. You could use it. I keep doing this, chat. I keep, sitting on my feet, and then they fall asleep, and then I'm like, oh, I need to adjust. They feel so unhappy. I could feel them, them asleep, and it feels so uncomfortable, and I keep doing it. I just do it every time. Every time I'm like, oh, my feet feel fine, I should sit on them. And it's an ongoing cycle. It's magical, isn't it? Iris leads me to a comfortable armchair beside her own, then takes a seat herself. Still holding my hand, she looks at me, then says, yeah, you sit on your feet too? Yeah, it feels nice, and then it doesn't, and it's like, why can't it feel nice all the time? It's rude. Now tell me, what exactly happened between you and Abel? You didn't have an argument, did you? We did, though I do not really understand what caused it. It was so sudden. I was just trying to look out for him. He took me to a pub, and he was drinking a bit too much, but he got snippy. He said I was being overbearing, and shamefaced, I look at my lap and I murmur. He said I was only pretending to care about him. He said I was selfish, that I wasn't a real friend, and I was only spending time because I wanted to. He said I wanted to. Yes? What did he say, dear? He said I wanted to take advantage of him. He acted as though it was impossible for me to care about him as a friend. It was as if he had always suspected me of having ulterior motives. But that isn't true. I care about Abel because, well, he's Abel. I enjoy his company. He's fun to talk to when he isn't being awful, that is. I really was trying to care for him, but he doesn't seem to see it like that. He didn't seem to care at all. I've always tried to put his feelings first, but he doesn't seem to think about mine at all. I'm sure he was lashing out at me on purpose. He wanted to hurt me, and I don't know why. He's been so strange with me ever since he kissed me. I don't know what to make of it at all. He kissed you? Oh, yes, he did kiss me, yes, when we went to the concert in Roythorpe. He got drunk then too, and I took him outside for some fresh air. We sat on the beach, and then he told me, well, he told me some personal things, and he was in such a bad state I felt rather sorry for him. He was crying, and I tried to console him, and he said I was being very nice, and he wasn't accustomed to it, and then, well, that was when he kissed you? I nod. And he didn't bring this up until today. Once again, I nod. Iris sighs. Oh dear. This does sound like quite the pickle. I can understand why you're so upset. You can? Of course. I'm too old to get embroiled in any romantic melodrama now, but this wasn't always the case. I was rather popular myself when I was younger, and Frank came to court me. Oh, Iris, I can imagine. You were a lady about town, I just know it. You were the talk of every young man, I bet. I had 3 suitors on the go, believe it or not, and my Frank had to fight them all off. Oh! Iris! She's kind of cool with it. What? Your husband did not challenge your abuse to a series of duels, did he? Frank did dabble in fencing for a few years, but no. I might be old, but I'm not that old. Duels had long since gone out of vogue in the 1960s. There were no épées. Épées? Am I saying that right? Hang on. Hang on. Pronounce. Oh, an ad. How rude. An ad for a pronunciation video. Ridiculous.
Let's dive into today's word.
Épée?
Épée.
Épées. Épées.
Let's say it
I was
all
right.
together.
I was right. Haha! Or flintlock pistols involved, but Frank did put a lot of effort into proving that he was worthy of my affection. He was quite aggressive in his pursuit of me, actually. He asked me out dancing so many times, and he brought me all sorts of gifts. He really was a lovely man, Frank. He's always been so affectionate. I was debating between him and Ernie. It's funny that I still remember Ernie. I went out with him for less than a month. But it wasn't long before Frank won me over. I think it was his smile that did it. That, and he really did look good in a fencing uniform. Well, that is important, Iris. You understand the important things in a relationship. Again, Iris chuckles, in the understated sort of way of one recalling a memory long since past, all faded and tinted sepia. Anyway, I'm telling you this, Edmund, because I know a bit about romance myself. I'm well aware of how confusing it can be grappling with your own feelings. And while I don't know Abel as well as you do, I think I can understand where he might be coming from. You can? A little bit, I suppose. It sounds like he hasn't treated you very well. But then again, I was much the same way with Ernie and Ezra and... Oh, it's been so long, I can't remember the other one's name. Frank used to tease me about how popular I was, though. He called Ernie and Ezra and the other one my three little pigs. Which is slightly better than the Three Stooges, I suppose. But I digress. I think based on what you've told me that Abel does care for you. He's just a bit confused. Do you think so? I am sure. Otherwise he wouldn't keep asking you out. Do you really think he'd keep spending time with you if he dislikes you? Well, no, that is a good point, but... If he likes me as much as all that, why was he so rude to me? It does seem like a bit of a contradiction. But I think he must be mixed up. I know it wasn't long ago that his sister died, and it sounds like he's been missing her. Maybe that's why he lashed out. Bereavement can make us do strange things. Remember, my own son thought I'd gone off my rocker after Frank's death because I started seeing fairies. I suppose that is a good point. Perhaps I have no room to judge Abel, given I did become a bloodthirsty psychopath during the centuries I was separated from my sister. I actually tried to murder Marnie and Lisbeth, an unforgivable act which never came to pass, because Lisbeth was skilled enough with a sword to stop me. Abel's insults might have cut me, but he did not literally cut me. Perhaps I ought to consider myself fortunate. Physically I am fine, but my heart... it still hurts. I wonder if there is a salve for that. When I injured myself last summer, during my standoff against Titania, Lisbeth bandaged my wound and Iris applied iodine to it. The iodine stung, but I think it was effective. No amount of iodine can ease what Abel said to me, however. This situation is a bit tricky for me to comment on, given I wasn't there to witness any of it. But I doubt that Abel hates you. I'm sure he appreciates your company, he's just in a bad place, so he's been lashing out. Maybe you ought to give him some time to sort his feelings out. It can heal all wounds, or so they say. Right, I'll try. That sounds sensible, it's just... I sniff. I can feel more tears prickling in the corner of my eyes, though I wish they wouldn't. I've cried so much during the last 5 minutes it is becoming rather tiresome. Oh god, I know the feeling. Sometimes you cry for so long that at a certain point you're just like, come on man, are we done yet? Blood noses too can be like that, I have to say. This is difficult. I sniff again in a futile attempt to stem my tears and wipe my eyes with the back of my arm. Yeah, headaches from lots of tears. It's annoying. Because, like, your body wants to cry and then it's like, hey, fuck you for doing that. What? Okay. Wipe my eyes with the back of my arm. This always seems to happen. What does, dear? The people I care about, the people I want to help, they always seem to push me away. It was the same with my sister and now with Abel too. I mean, well, but they don't seem to like it like that. Seem to see it like that. I always get cast as some sort of villain. I cannot help but wonder what the point of this all is. In trying to help people, I mean, when they refuse to listen. It all makes me feel so worthless. Oh, Edmund, you poor dear. Iris opens her arms, which are festooned in one of her favourite pastel cardigans, and then she draws me in. Oh. I'm so glad he has Iris. She presses my head to her chest, and very gently she runs her fingers through my hair. In a soft, soothing sort of a voice, she then mutters, "You might feel worthless, but that couldn't be further from the truth. I think you're wonderful. You would be the only one." Now, enough with the self-effacement. You know that isn't true. Abel likes you. I'm sure that he likes you. I've seen the way you two talk and you look awfully friendly to me. He has a funny way of showing it. He does indeed. But that will be because of his own issues. You've not done anything wrong. I hope that you know that. Logically, I suppose, but it's harder, isn't it, to know these things on an emotional level. Iris clicks her tongue sympathetically. Well, I'm sure everything will be alright. You'll see. If Abel sees half the goodness in you that I do, I doubt he'll be able to stay away for too long. Do you really think so? Well, I don't know for certain. Iris smiles wryly. But I wouldn't be surprised. Who wouldn't feel upset after making a kind, considerate boy like you cry? She has a point. I spend the night in something for days, hoping against hope that Abel will call me. I am more conscious of my phone than I've ever been in my life. I simply cannot get Abel out of my head. Perhaps Marnie was right when she first teased me about my passing interest in Abel Zhang. I really am obsessed with him. That only serves to make it more painful, however, when the minutes drag by and Abel does not message me. Does he not care about how I feel? Perhaps he is not thinking about me at all. I thought that we were friends, but our friendship cannot have mattered that much to him. Not if he is willing to let things be. I briefly flirt with the idea of texting Abel first to see how he has been getting on, but ultimately decide against it. What would that accomplish? Iris told me I ought to give Abel some space, and I think she might have a point. If Abel wishes to speak to me, he can. He knows my number. I am only a brief call away. Until Abel feels comfortable enough to extend an olive branch, I would do well not to harangue him. I will not text Abel then, but I feel so lonely. I would like to speak to somebody. I scroll through my Miega contacts list on my phone. Iris, Iris's GP, Iris's chiropractor, Iris's hairdresser, and pause. There is somebody I can speak to. Somebody who might be interested in my current plight, and more importantly, might still be awake despite how very late it is. I lie beneath the sheets, my phone in hand, then type up a quick message. Marnie, I was wondering if I could ask you something. I do not expect Marnie to respond immediately, if at all. It is rather late. It is a surprise, however, therefore, when I see Marnie typing up her reply almost instantaneously. Maybe I caught her at a good time. Sure. What's up? Is something wrong? It is, yes. This is a bit complicated, though. Sure thing, Avril. Avril? You know, like the song. No, wait. You probably don't know. You live under a rock. Anyway, complicated how? Well, I am not sure how to begin. Why'd you message me then? Do you like wasting my time? Lizzie's over right now, so make it snappy. We're gonna get fried chicken. Fried chicken at 5:15 minutes to midnight? Yeah. Why can't we go get fried chicken at 15 minutes to midnight? It's a free country. Besides, there's a fried chicken place right around here that's really good. Alright, I won't judge. Tell Elizabeth I said hello. I already did. She said to send you her regards. Here. Oh, she's so cute. Guys, look, it's lesbians. Congrats. It looks like you're having fun. We always do. So, getting back to the topic at hand. What's the real problem? This isn't about Loverboy, is it? Loverboy? I'm talking about Abel. Your goth boyfriend. He's the only one reason you message me nowadays. What's up? How did your hot date to Rythorpe go? OMG. Don't tell me. Did you kiss him yet? Well... How am I supposed to answer that? This is why I texted Money, but being confronted with such a sensitive query suddenly feels rather awkward. Does she not show any restraint? We did kiss, yes. Or to be more precise, he kissed me. Wait, what? Hold the phone. When did that happen? A couple of weeks ago, after we first went to Rythorpe. I told you to ask me out, didn't I? You did, but you never mentioned a kiss. I didn't think things would move that fast. I didn't think you had the guts. I didn't. Abel's the one who started it. He was very drunk at the time. Oh, I see. And did this cause problems? Somewhat. Abel did not talk about it after the fact, so I presumed he had forgotten about it. But he brought up the kiss again today. He was not very happy about it, actually. Oh? Yes, it was quite difficult for me, you see. I launched into an abridged account of the day's events, trying to truncate matters as much as possible. I am acutely aware of the ticking time, and of Marnie and Elizabeth's inscrutable desire to get fried chicken late at night. I do not want to keep them waiting. I finish up my miniature essay in about 2 minutes and say... So what do you think? Does he hate me now? I asked Irish and said to give him some time, but I'm unsure. I cannot help but worry about it. You asked Gran about this too? Yeah, well, I didn't have much of a choice. She could see that I was upset. It was quite embarrassing. Lol. You're such a typical guy sometimes, Ed. You all hate talking about your feelings. It's so predictable. Big yawn. Well, I am sorry for being boring. Oh no, I wasn't trying to get at you. Don't get the wrong idea. I think it's a good thing actually that you're telling people about this. I was just kind of surprised. That's all. So was I. This is all very new to me. I'll bet. I never thought you were big into romance. TBH. I never thought you were seriously into Abel either. I was just teasing you. I guess things must be pretty serious though if you're this caught up. It is hard for me to tell though. I suppose I do like him quite a bit. Yeah, about that. I think you might be downplaying things a bit, Ed. Just a smidge. Do you really think so? Yeah? You must like him a lot. Why else would you be getting all emotional? Please use your brain. I know you have one, even though I do wonder sometimes, lol. I will do my best. It does not come easily to me though, I always make mistakes or say the wrong thing. I wish I had known what to say to Abel. I don't want him to hate me. I don't think he hates you. He just needs some time. I know it's easier said than done, but try not to worry too much. I'm sure he'll come around eventually. That is what your grandmother said too. She would. She is very smart. And you agree with her? 100%. I get how you're anxious, but people are complicated and shit. You shouldn't overthink things. I love that she's a typo horrific writer, but it does make it hard to read sometimes. It sounds like Abel's going through some stuff, so you should try and give him some space. He might have said some mean shit to you, but I don't think he hates you. What makes you think that? You never tried to stab him. Oh, ha ha. He might like it if you tried though. What do you mean? Never mind. I should have known you'd be too pure for this. Jeez. Making innuendo isn't fun with you around. It just makes me feel guilty. Like I'm corrupting you or something. Which is weird because you're even older than I am. Now try to chill out. I doubt Abel hates you. Why would he? You're a bit of a pain, and you can be kind of overbearing. But you're a nice guy. When you're not trying to stab cute girls, I mean. I have put all of my stabbing behind me, thank you very much. Good. I am living for this character development right now. But you might end up disappointing Abel. Why would that disappoint him? Surely you don't mean... Did you finally get it? I think the less said on the subject, the better. You're funny, Ed. See? This is why Abel isn't going to get sick of you. You're too much fun to tease. That does not make me feel better. It wasn't supposed to. Now sorry, but I gotta go. I want my fried chicken! Talk to you later! Sure, talk to you later, and thank you. It is appreciated. I finished my conversation with Marnie. Brief though it is, feeling somewhat cheered. I'm glad he feels better. Like, that was clearly a very intense meltdown that Abel was having about all sorts of shit that isn't actually related to Edmund's behaviour. But man, it was hard on our boy. It was hard on our little blonde man. Remember, chat, pat the Edmund over on the head. Pat the little Edmund on the head. Do it now. Put your hand up to the screen and pat Edmund on the head. He needs it. I'm gonna do it too. He's a good boy. He needs help. Next time we see Abel, let's pat him on the head too. Promise? Promise. I am still upset by what occurred between myself and Abel, but Marnie's casual flippancy has eased the worst of my hurt. Newly comforted, I lie beneath my covers and attempt to sleep. When sleep finally washes over me, however, I find myself unsettled. It is not Leofe's visage which greets me in my dream as it usually is, but Abel's. I see him as he was by the lakeside when he told me about his sister's death. I see his eyes filling with tears, see myself shifting towards him, then pulling him to me in an embrace. But I also see him as he was at the pub in Rythorpe, his face twisted in anger. My mother might have fallen for you, but I'm not that easy. I'm not impressed by the way you talk or the way you act. I wish you would stop. I beg him to, my own eyes beating with tears, but I'm not going to grovel at your feet. Abel stares down at me, his expression cold and unfeeling as I mean nothing to him, less than nothing as bitterly, he says. I've had enough of your bullshit. Why don't you leave me alone? Some time later. The days pass me by, but I see no sign of Abel. I go to the corner shop 100 handle full of times, but he is not there. The person manning the till on both occasions is Abel's father, mild-mannered, softly spoken, and bespectacled. Mr. Zhang is very polite to me during my visits to the corner shop, but he is not as forthcoming as his wife. I try to ask him about Abel, but he does not offer me much information beyond, "Oh, Abel is much the same as always. Don't worry about him. I'm sure he'll be all right." Mr. Zhang seems confident in his son's essential all-rightness, but I have some doubts. I cannot help but worry that Abel might be avoiding me. Iris and Marnie's reassurances soothed me initially, but as the days pass by, it becomes harder to take their words to heart. Perhaps I really have ruined everything. Abel might just hate me now, and for what? For trying to be responsible? For not wanting him to contract severe liver damage during his early 20s? For letting him kiss me? I'm not wholly sure what it is that I've done wrong, but it must have been something. Otherwise, Abel would not be avoiding me. It is upsetting. But there's little I can do about it other than trying to endure it. And endure it I do. I set about my daily tasks as per usual, throwing myself with newfound aplomb into tending to franks, tomatoes, potatoes, and pumpkins. I water the plants in the vegetable garden, spray pesticides, and pick stray caterpillars off the leaves of the cucumber plants. I prune the trees around the circumference of Iris's garden, which are growing rather unwieldy, and I mow the lawn. I expend a similar amount of energy, too, during my work at St. Mary's Churchyard. It is on a lukewarm morning that I find myself among the graves, checking them for any signs of subsidence. I've already finished pruning the trees and I've set my shears and my gloves to one side. I'm inspecting the graves, reading the names imprinted upon the stones as if they are old friends. When the sound of footprints, steps, make me pause. I turn my head, momentarily distracted from my task, and... I gasp. It would appear that I'm not alone. Chat, remember what I said? We're patting him on the head? Patting him on the head. Our little boys! Oh, he looks rough. Abel is observing me from a distance, his face unnaturally pale. That would be all the foundation. And his eyes unnaturally dark. That would be the eyeshadow and eyeliner. His lips, meanwhile, are pursed into a frown. Is he alright? He has caused me no end of grief over the last fortnight, yet I am more concerned for his well-being than my own. I cannot help but worry. Abel. Hey, Ed. Long time no see. This is trickier than I thought it'd be. You'd think I'd get used to facing you after making myself look like a clown, but it really doesn't get any easier. I don't want to make a habit out of this, but... Abel looks at the ground and scuffs the dirt with the tip of his boot. I know I was a dick to you, and I've been feeling pretty rotten about it. It's not like I came here looking for forgiveness, but I figured I should at least tell you where I was coming from. I didn't blow up at you for the hell of it. I had my reasons. But I don't know if they're very good ones. I don't know if you'll accept this, but talking about this outside feels kinda awkward. You don't mind if we go back to my place, do you? This might be a little bit easier there. I fall silent, frowning as I do. I am hesitant to accept this request of Abel's given the caustic words he shot at me during our last meeting. But what good will my reticence serve? If I do not go along with him, I might never learn why he said what he said. Then we will never have a chance to mend our relationship. That is not what I want. I care about Abel and my friendship with him too much to let such a tragic occurrence come to pass. I do not want to let this opportunity slip through my fingers, no matter how awkward a reunion might be, so... Alright, I can go back to your house, I do not mind. Oh, Ed, thank you so much! Relief floods through Abel's face so palpably, a cloud might very well have cleared across his countenance. For a few brief shining moments, he looks positively radiant. It has been a while since I last saw Abel smile like that. He is a lot easier to spend time with when he is smiling. So, here we are. Yes, here we are indeed. Yeah, I'm sorry if it's kind of messy in here. My mum's always nagging me to tidy up more. Not that that's anything new. She nags me about everything, but I don't see the point. Why bother putting everything away if it's just going to get messy again? I don't want to spend my precious life picking up my old socks and taking my plates downstairs. You think my mum would know better than anybody after all the shit went down with Kia, but... Never mind, let's not get into that. I didn't bring you to talk about Kia. At least, that wasn't my intention. Abel sighs. But I always seem to bring her up nowadays. And if I don't, somebody else does. Gets pretty old, actually. Perhaps they are trying to be considerate of your feelings? Maybe. I glance about Abel's room for want of anything else to do. His room looks much the same as it did during my last visit. Though it might be a little messier. Abel's walls are still plastered with posters of various bands, whose stylings make them look mildly insane. And his old lava lamp is still resting on his bedside table. When I look up, I can see fluorescent stars stuck all over the ceiling, stars which are for the present hard to spot against the beige paint, given it's still light outside and they're not yet glowing. When I look down, I can see that the floor is scattered with strewn clothes, fluff and crumbs. Abel's room is not very large, and the mess only serves to make it feel more claustrophobic. There is something discomforting about it. But my attention is piqued by a soft meow. The I can feel something warm rubbing against my ankle. That must be Pancake. Oh, hello there. It's good to see you again. How have you been? Meow. Pancake purrs again, which makes me laugh. Really? I'm glad to hear that. I crouched down, then scratched up at Pancake's head, my fingernails scrabbling behind her ears. I experiment for a little while, adjusting the angle of my fingers, all while applying more or less pressure until... She starts to purr contentedly. That was easy. Only people could be so simple. Looks like you two sure are getting along well. I feel almost bad to separate you at this point, but... You wanted to talk to me? Yeah, do you want anything to drink first, though? Green tea, maybe? Mum always does that when we have guests over. I don't know why I didn't think of it. I guess it's because I'm thoughtless. My mother was here, she'd scold me for being rude. Yes, I was wondering about that. Where are your parents? Out. Abel shrugs. My dad's in the store and I think Mum went to visit Auntie Anne May. Do you get on with your aunt? About as well as I get on with anybody else in my family. Which is not really. Aunt Anne May used to scare me when I was a kid. She's actually pretty tall for a Chinese woman. Couldn't I have inherited some of her genes? And she has these massive teeth like a horse. She over-enunciates every other word when she talks, and she likes to get it right up close to you, so you get drenched in spittle. I can't say I'm very keen, no. I used to have nightmares about her biting me. The less I have to see her, the better. But I'm getting distracted. Do you want a drink or not? Oh no, I think I'm fine. Right, good. That might be for the best. If Mum knew I'd been rifling through her tea things, she'd ask questions. Mum's like a hawk when it comes to our tea cupboard. I think she has every single tin and box in there counted. She doesn't like it when unworthy hands start to ferret around among her stuff. And by unworthy hands, I mean any hands other than hers. She didn't even like it when Kia went in the tea cupboard, and Kia was an angel. She could do no wrong. Other than brew herself a cup of tea in her own house. Other than that, yeah, well, my mum's kind of intense. Must be running the family. I hadn't noticed. Abel laughs at this, and when he does, some of the unease which had settled between us begins to dissipate. It is nice to know that Abel is still capable of laughter. It is rather reassuring. I didn't know you could do sarcasm, Ed. You act like such a goody-goody, it's always kind of surprising. Perhaps you were rubbing off on me. It must be your influence. Maybe. And then my poor mother was hoping you'd influence me the better, not the reverse. I don't want to corrupt you. It is fine. I am not as innocent as you might think. Really now? Abel chuckles. I'll file that away for future reference. For now, though. Abel gestures towards his bed, still smiling awkwardly. Do you want to sit down? That might make things easier on you. I have quite a bit to say, actually. Did you prepare a speech? Not quite, but maybe I should have. That's not a bad shout, actually. It's a shame it's too late for it now. Abel sits down on his bed, smiling forlornly, and I join him. I've never been very good at speaking. I hope I don't make a hash of this. You say that, but you always look rather confident while you're talking. Or at the very least, you do to me. I am the one who struggles with words, not you. Well, yeah, I'm fine when it comes to talking for the hell of it, but when it comes to serious stuff, shit that actually matters? That's a whole other story. I'm never quite sure where to begin. But in this case, I guess that isn't too hard. There's only one real reason why I invited you over. You're probably expecting this, so I'm sorry to be like too predictable, but I know that I'll shit it to you. I won't try to sugarcoat it. I shouldn't have gone off at you the way I did, not when you'd done nothing wrong. I was being unbearable and I don't expect you to forgive me for it. I don't think I deserve it. Things have been pretty hard for me since Kia died, though, and, well, things have been rough between me and my parents, too. Really? I know you said that you do not get along particularly well with your mother, but I take it there is more to it than her nagging at you. Oh, yeah, fuck yeah, you don't know the half of it. That's why I figured out what to tell you, just so you know where I'm coming from. I've been dealing with this shit ever since I got back home from uni. It's been hard. I'm not trying to excuse myself, you understand, but living with my mother, it's been so tough. Not because she's a nag, but because she is, but because of Kia. The way she's been acting, it's really difficult. Both for me and my dad. I take it she is grieving over her daughter. Oh, no, you don't understand the half of it. Grieving isn't intense enough to describe what's been going on around here. It's been wild. Your mother did not look particularly wild when last I spoke to her, though I suppose looks can be deceiving. No, duh, she's good at putting on a front around other people, but at home she goes to pieces. She was so crushed by Kia's death, being around her is suffocating. It's understandable, of course, that she'd feel like this, but it's just... I don't know. She talks about Kia all the time, even though it's been 6 months, and it's like, really? I get that you miss her, but you don't have to talk about it at the breakfast table. I mean, I'm just trying to eat my shredded wheats here. I don't want to think about my sister freezing to get death and the ice the first thing in the morning. I don't want to think about it at all, but I can't not think about it because my mum won't let the subject go. She talks about Kia constantly, and like, what's the point? It's not going to bring her back. It starts to get on my nerves, actually. I can't relax when my mum's moping literally all the time and crying and basically being all woe is me about the whole thing. She acts like her life is over, but she still has one kid, right? You'd think she'd be thankful that I'm alive, but it's like I'm not even here. I might as well not exist. It all got to be so much I wound up telling her that. It was on the morning of our trip to Rythorpe. I told my mum we were going out and she was all, "That's nice here, have a good time," which would have been fine. But then she got all misty-eyed and was like, "Oh, Kia loved going to Rythorpe, it's a shame she can't come with you." Which, like, first of all, I never went out with Kia when she was alive, so why would she have wanted to take along? And second of all, I wasn't even talking about Kia. She had nothing to do with our conversation. Felt like Mum was trying to drag the mood down, which sucked because I was looking forward to our trip. And I guess I just had enough because I snapped at her. I told her to stop being so maudlin, and she said, "Well, I'm sorry for being maudlin, but my daughter is dead." And I said, "I know, because your daughter's my sister." And then she was all, "No, you don't know, because I'm the one who gave birth to you. She meant more to me than she ever did to you. You never made an effort. You were always arguing, and now she's dead. You don't even care." Which was... well, I didn't think it was very fair. And I tried to tell Mum that, but it was too late because she'd stormed off in a huff and she was crying like it was my fault Kia had died or something, and I don't know. Oh my god! Listen, people, grief can turn us into really horrible people, but this... you shouldn't hurt other people when you're grieving. Like... God, his mum fucking sucks. I hate her. I hate her. It was pretty painful, I guess, and Dad didn't do fuck all to help. Oh, classic Dad bullshit. He didn't back me up, but he didn't back Mum up either. He just sat there looking all awkward, then cleared his throat and was all, "Well, I should probably open up the shop," and like, what was I supposed to say to that? I didn't know what to do. I thought maybe I should talk to Mum, but I knew it'd be pointless. She'd gotten in her head that I'm this heartless bastard who doesn't give a shit about my own sister, and I didn't want her to hurl even more insults at me. So I just thought, fuck it. I'm not going to be late to our trip over this. I didn't do anything wrong. I deserve to enjoy myself. That was my thought process, at least. But then I started to wonder when I went to see you whether I actually was a heartless bastard after all. For daring to have fun with my sister dead and buried in the ground, and it started to eat at me. I know it's bullshit, of course. Me being sad won't bring Kia back, so I might as well try to enjoy myself. But the way Mum carries on sometimes, you'd think I'm committing some cardinal sin whenever I smile. It's like Mum thinks we ought to be miserable, and if we're not grieving Kia properly. She thinks I don't care, which is insane, because I do, of course I do. I just don't care the same way she does. She doesn't seem to like it that way, though. She doesn't understand how I feel. She didn't bother talking to me while Kia was alive, so why would she do it now she's dead? Abel sighs. Anyway, I tried to act cheery when we met up because I didn't want to spoil our day, but my thoughts were with my mother and with Kia and with that argument for hours after. It was weighing on me, and I couldn't put it out of my mind. I felt pretty awful, actually, and the harder I tried to be cheerful, the worse I felt until I suggested we dip and get some drinks, because it was getting too much. I just wanted to take the edge off, but then you started getting at me too, and I didn't feel better. I felt worse. Your lectures felt like a repeat of what happened that morning, though it wasn't. I know that logically, but I wasn't thinking logically. I've always been more on the emotional side. I started thinking about my mum and about all the shit she'd said to me, and I got so worked up well, you know what happened. I do recall, yes, you were not particularly happy. Was I? Hell. I've not been happy for months. It's hard to be happy when your sister's dead and your mother wants you to be just as miserable about the whole thing. It's all gotten so tiring. My patience has been stretched this thin. Here Abel gestures with his thumb and his forefinger. I've got no fucks left to give, so I flipped out. I can't say what I want to say to my mum, but some part of me must have figured I could at least land to you. That you'd listen to me even if nobody else would. But that was pointless too. I was venting at the wrong person. It was a pretty shit way to repay you when you've been so good to me. I don't understand if you were pissed after all that shit I said to you. I'm not proud of what I did, and I know it's too late to take it back now, but for what it's worth, if it's worth anything, I just wanted you to know. I just thought I should say, I'm sorry. Abel. The queer community forgives Abel for his use of the word fag. I think we can forgive Abel. He was due a proper meltdown at some point. Let's be for fucking real. Abel has been going through a fucking lot. If anything, Edmund needs to have a meltdown too. They both need to have a meltdown. Abel's had his one, now it's Edmund's turn. Come on, Edmund, get at it. Chop chop. I look at Abel concernedly. It is immediately apparent that he is in quite a bad state. He is not crying, not just yet at least, but his eyes are very damp and his shoulders are shaking. I want to console him, but I am unsure how. I've always been clumsy with words, and I worry any attempt to speak to him with will overcomplicate affairs. There is a simple way, I suppose, of showing him how much I care, but... Abel... Do you want a hug? I don't... If you don't mind, then... Yes. Yes, please. Good. I would like very much to hug you too. Aww. They're trying, guys. I shift closer still to Abel, who tenses. But some of that tension relaxes from his shoulders when I embrace him. I pull him towards me, our thighs brushing through the fabric of our jeans, and hold him close, pulling his head against my chest, which is far broader than his. I still like you, after everything which has happened between us. And that will not change. Ed. Oh, Ed. Abel sniffles against me brokenly, his fingers curling and clutching at the front of my shirt. He is staining my shirt with his tears, but I do not mind. I do not try to push him away. I am happy that he has consented to my kindness, that he is allowing me to care for him. This makes quite the marked change from the way he interacted with me during our beach trip. God, this is... Abel sniffles, his voice a little indistinct, muffled by my chest and by the fabric of my shirt. This is fucking humiliating, having another breakdown in front of you. This has happened way too many times this last month for my liking. You must think I'm so pathetic. Perhaps you think that about yourself, but I do not. You sure? I am positive. We all feel sad sometimes, and you've more of an excuse than most. Your sister just died. I guess you've a point. Abel laughs weakly. Everybody hurts, right? R.E.M. would be proud. Oh my god. R.E.M.? They're a band. My dad likes them. I think they're kind of corny, but, well, whatever. That's not, important. I thought you might have been making a reference, but that's not really your thing, is it? You don't do pop culture. My apologies? No, it's fine. I wasn't trying to get at you. I've done more than enough of that already. I'm not gonna, get on your case if you don't know who R.E.M. is. They're an old band and not very cool, so it's whatever. Abel wipes his eyes with the back of his arms, using a bit more force than is strictly necessary. He often seems to do that. I wonder why. Is he trying to punish himself for his tears? I just wanted to say, you're a very nice person, Ed. Even if your general knowledge leaves a bit to be desired, it feels like we talk past one another a lot. But I still appreciate everything you've done for me. You've always been here to support me, no matter how shitty I've been. You always listen to me, and you comfort me, and you're kind to me. And if I'm going to be shallow about it, it doesn't hurt that you're so handsome. I might have given you hell back in that bar in Rythorpe, but I wasn't being wholly straight with you. I accused you of taking advantage, but in actuality, I remembered the kiss this whole time. I just didn't want to talk about it. It was all too complicated. What? And do you recall how it happened? More or less. The precise details are a little fussy, but I remember who kissed who first. I was the one who started it all. I was the one who was into it. But I must have freaked out or something and I started to worry what you'd think about me. I was worried about it myself, so I figured it'd be for the best if I pretended it hadn't happened. I didn't want to make things awkward, but then I went and blabbed about it anyway like I always do, because I'm an idiot and I have no filter, but... Ed, I didn't resent you for that kiss. In fact, oh my god. Yes! Cheers all around, everyone. Cheers all around. Hang on, we gotta celebrate. Cheering emote. Cheering emote. Let's go. We fucking win. Oh, we've done it. In fact, I don't think I would mind kissing you again. We've done it. Confirmed gay reached. We've reached the point of confirmed gay. Thank you, Zatawa, for your contribution to the excitement. Oh, I am very happy. You wouldn't? No, I'm pretty sure I liked it. It was nice that you didn't push me away. It made me feel like I was wanted. Kiss emote, yes! I love my little blowy kiss emote. I love sending it to all the cute girls. I love sending it to cute girls and my friends, and it's so perfect for this moment. Good job. Now kiss? Yes, they should kiss. Unless they're feeling like that would be inappropriate after that emotional discussion, but I don't know, an emotional kiss can be nice. So when you didn't follow up, I guess I felt kind of let down, like I'd been stood up, you know? It was stupid though. I had no right to lash out. I should have been more honest about my feelings from the get-go, or something. I don't know. I shouldn't have exploded at you. I had no right. I hope you don't mind too much. What? That you exploded at me or that you kissed me? I don't know. Both, maybe? Both, Well, I cannot say that I liked it very much when you shouted at me. Well, that figures. But as for the kiss, I lean in, then press my palm to Abel's cheek. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys. I tip his head up. Then I say, once our eyes meet. Guys, I did not mind that. You didn't? Not at all. Part of me was hoping that you might bring it up yourself so that I knew exactly where I stood on it. Edmund, stop teasing me. Make out with the twink. I was thinking about it a lot myself these last few weeks, actually. Yeah? Abel exhales, his voice hesitant, all full of anxious, self-conscious pauses. Look, he wants it. Look at him. He's chomping at the bit for it. He's anticipating it. And what did you make of it? Yes. Twink out. This wonderful new expression, twink out. I fucking love that, twink out. That's so cute. Only that if you meant to take my first kiss, you could have done a more thorough job of it. Like this, maybe? Ed, you... We win, gamers. We win. We fucking win. Let's go. We win. Cheers all around. I'm putting my card down at the bar. Everyone gets a free drink. On me. We fucking win. Oh my god. I love gay win. I love gay winning. You can quote me on that. Priscilla loves gay winning. Twinkified and puke free. Even better. It's an upgrade if you think about it. Oh my god. Beautiful. Abel gasps, his eyes widening when the soft moan. Oh my god, he moaning. He's moaning already. A slut. He succumbs. My mouth is pressed to his and his to mine. Abel sighs against the kiss, his lips parting against mine. This is the second kiss I've received in all of my life. I'm not quite sure how to pass it. I have little to compare it to, but it feels more intense than the one Abel gave me on the beach. That was not much more than a brush of lips, breath enough to be chaste, but this... I'm not going to read all the moaning, I'm sorry. It's going to get... I'm going to start repeating sounds and it gets annoying. Didn't realize how desperate he was? Yeah. I'll get annoyed if I repeat moaning noises. It'll just bug me, because I'll be like, this is the same noise I made like seconds ago. It's annoying. This is something different. The kiss seems to endure for a long time. Time slows to a trickle as Abel meshes our mouths together, angling his head to better slide his tongue into my mouth. Abel sighs softly, then he draws away from me. Oh my god, the kiss is over! Thanks, Ed. I think I needed that. You did? Yeah, it wasn't bad. You're a fairly good kisser. But maybe it just feels that way because it's been such a long time since I snogged anybody myself. Maybe you're not that good and I'm just desperate. I would not know how good I am at kissing. I haven't had any other partners who can corroborate your claims. Oh? Does that mean I'm your first then? My first and my second. Well, that's funny. How is it funny? I didn't think you'd be so inexperienced. You're hot, so I was sure you'd have had a girlfriend or two in the past. Or maybe a boyfriend. I know I said a bunch of awful shit to you last week, but I wasn't wrong on that score, was I? You do swing that way, don't you? I figured you did, what with the way you reacted to that woman at the Four Smugglers. The hot one with the huge tits who was all over you. You didn't seem to like the attention all that much. Yes, well, she was a stranger, and I'm unsure just how old she was. Is it not natural that I would find the whole thing distasteful? Most guys don't care about things like that, actually. Most straight guys, I mean. Of course, you could have been ace, which would be fair, but based on the way you kissed me just now. Abel smiles coyly. I don't think that's the case. Hehe. I always knew you wanted a piece of me. Otherwise you wouldn't have given me so many chances. You're nice, but nobody's that nice. Abel grins as he leans in, pressing a quick kiss against my lips, which doesn't linger. You're so shameless. Oh! I press my fingers to my lips, which are tingling, then look at Abel in surprise. That was my third kiss. I know. I had you the first time. And I wouldn't mind taking your fourth and your fifth either. It'd be my honor. Then, do you like men too? So you're admitting that you are gay. Well, you are a man and I like you, so I suppose I must be? You never felt anything for women then? Romantically, I mean. I cared for my sister a good deal, but it is not really the same. Well, I would hope not. Abel laughs and cuffs me on the upper arm. As for me, I'm not quite as picky. I had a couple girlfriends back in secondary school and I liked them well enough. Our relationships weren't like anything serious, we were still teens, you know. We got pretty handsy. I figured I was straight, but when I got into uni, I might have experimented a little. Hey, never hating on a guy experimenting a little. Have a bit of fun. I have a friend who was like, I don't know, I might not be straight, and he just fucked one of his friends, and he was like, yeah, I'm straight. And it's like, yeah, that's totally a reasonable way to figure it out. Oh, I need to add twink to the permitted terms. There we go. Very important permitted term, twink. So you have experience with men and women? A bit, yeah. Which might come as a surprise based on some of the things I said. I know I said some awful shit to you about your sexuality. But it's not like I actually think that shit. I was just... I don't know. I was just trying to hurt you. I might have been parroting some of the things Josh and his crew said to me back in school. Josh was the boy who antagonized you, yes? Oh, yeah. But the jokes about me eating dogs got steadily stuck on the whole queer angle because I wore eyeliner and painted my fingernails. I guess you thought the idea of me being gay was like really funny or something? Well, joke's on him. I probably slept with more women than he has. I'm more into women than guys, actually. But since I'm such a shorty, it's hard finding women who are that into me. I guess I'm not that appealing. Abel smiles teasingly, then nudges me. So maybe it's a good thing I broadened my horizons a little. Guys are alright with me. And you're more than alright. You think so? Yeah, you're good looking. I think I've made my stance on your appearance apparent. You're handsome, and if you want to kiss me, I'm A-okay with that. I know I might have, said some shitty things, but I didn't mean them. I like being with you, Ed. But it's a bit awkward getting all up close and personal in here. There's some bad vibes in this place. Are you worried that your mother might come back? Oh no, I don't care about that. She's a bit old-fashioned, I guess, with her views. But she knows I swing both ways, and I think she's accepted it. She wasn't very happy when I broke the news, but she's had more time to contend with. More to contend with, you know, after Kia's death. Having a drowned daughter's worse than having a bi. I mean, I am bi, not gay, no matter what Josh fucking Summers said. Son. I think she might be happy, actually, if she knew I'd hooked up with you. As happy as she could be about anything, which isn't very nowadays. She was telling me I ought to hang out with you more, though. Well, hey! He's doing what his mum wants, clearly. I don't know if she means it quite like that, but life's unexpected like that, isn't it? Look, he's just doing what his mum wants him to do, okay? He's a good son. Abel laughs and scratches his cheek with one finger. I just don't like hanging around this place in general. It's hard not to think about Kia, you know? It starts getting me down. It's not as bad with you, I guess, because you give me something to focus on, but when I'm alone, it can be pretty unbearable. I've been having a hard time sleeping lately. I just feel so rotten all the time. I don't know. I think I need a bit of a break. From your family? From my mother in particular, and from this house too. From my life. Who knows? Might help me get my shit together, make me feel less miserable. I think I'd like that. I think I would like it too. I do not want you to be so miserable, so... Maybe we should go on a trip then, just the two of us. What sort of trip? A weekend one, maybe? I do not want to be apart from Iris for too long, but it would be nice to get out of Fenchapel for a bit. Iris herself told me that I ought to explore more. She said it was a waste, that I was giving a new lease of life, but I've done so very little with it. I think she would support this venture. What do you mean a new lease of life? Oh, I mean, because I spent so much of my childhood alone. I did not go to school like you or university, so I never really had the opportunity to interact with others my age. I did not have much in the way of friends. Ah, I see. It's because of the whole homeschooling thing. I nod. I have missed out on so many experiences people tend to take for granted. I have lived quite a sheltered life, and I suppose Iris feels guilty that I've been spending the last year looking after her. She wants me to put myself out there, and I think she might have been right. I would like to see more of the world. And I would like it even more if I could see it with you. Hehe, well, when you put it like that, it sounds pretty sweet. Do you want to go on a date with me then, Ed? Is that what it would be? Wouldn't it be? Since we kissed and made up, we should be on good terms now. I was thinking you were angling to be my boyfriend after your confession, or was I mistaken? I would not be opposed to that, I guess. Well, good. I'm not opposed to it either. So where would our first date be? I am unsure how the logistics of this would work, but I thought it'd be nice if we could watch that band you like perform. What? You're never suggesting that we're going to go and see Death Becomes Her, are you? Well, why not? They're on tour right now, are they not? They are, yeah, but it'd be hell to get the tickets. They were super expensive the last time I checked, and that was almost a month ago. Since you've left it so late, the prices will be even higher now. I don't know if it's worth it. But don't you want to see this band? Well, yeah, but... That is fine. We can see them. I will need to do some careful planning, but it should be doable. It'll cost an arm and a leg, though. And what about booking the hotel? That'll be extortionate, too. I am sure I can afford it. My work does not pay a great deal, but I've amassed quite a sum over the last year. I hardly ever spend my money, so I might as well put it to good use. There is little point in having it otherwise. But this isn't a good use. I mean, you don't even like the music I like. Maybe not, but I do like you. Is that not reason enough to suggest this? Oh, jeez. I don't really get why you're being so stubborn about this, but... Man, if you're gonna come out with corny lines like that, how am I supposed to resist? Does that mean you'll come with me? They're so cute when they're finally, like, emotionally honest. I don't know if I have much of a choice, not at this point. You're being pretty insistent. I can't say I get it, though. It seems kind of stupid. Is liking you stupid? Duh. You've seen what I'm like. I'm a ticking time bomb. It doesn't take much to set me off. I'm an alcoholic, I'm impulsive, and I'm probably depressed. I'm not much of a catch, but if you're fine with all that... If you're fine with me, then... I would love to go out with you, actually. In both senses of the word. I do not fail to catch this double meaning of Abel's, and it does not fail to make me blush. Abel, thank you for trusting me. I would love to go out with you too. Guys, they're so cute. Guys, they're adorable. Oh. The rest of the day passes by quickly. I return to Iris's home and I spend that evening looking up tickets for Death Becomes her upcoming concert. Abel was quite right when he said the tickets were expensive. The cheapest I can find are going for £250. Oh, gotta look up conversion rates. I gotta know what that's like in my money. Pounds to New Zealand dollars. I gotta know what that's like in my money. You know how it is. That's what you gotta do. Oh my god, that's almost $570 in my money. Jesus H. Christ. Whew. Small price to pay to ensure Abel's happiness. Oh my goodness. Abel, you've got yourself a fucking catch. Jesus H. Christ, that's a lot of money. I wish I could be that lackadaisical with my money. I would love to give him something to look forward to. And if I'm being honest, I would also like to give myself something to look forward to. While I have no qualms with Finchapel with my quiet, humdrum daily routine, I think it'd be fun to go somewhere with Abel, somewhere further afield than Rythorpe. Just, God, throwing away around over $500 casually is insane. I do not have many fun memories of either of our two Rythorpe trips. I would like to go somewhere new with Abel so that we can make some brand new memories, happier memories. It is this feeling which spurs me into booking the tickets to see Death Becomes her. And I think with that we will end today. It was a very eventful stream. So much fucking happened. Oh my god. What a... yeah, $5 per ticket as well. What an eventful stream. My goodness. So much happened. But they're officially cute. They're officially a thing now. That's a bonus. And they're gonna... I think this will be... If we're lucky, next stream will be the last part of the game. If I can... If it's... I mean, it's always wordy, but you know what I mean. Thank you all for joining me today, chat. I appreciate it a lot. I do have another stream. Hang on. On Friday, we are going to be continuing Bratz Rock Angels. Saturday for my fellow Oceania people. And I'm very excited to continue. I got my it may be a bit of time before this VOD goes out, simply because I want to put a trigger warning at the start of the episode for the slurs, just to keep people safe. I will not be censoring them, but I will put a warning at the start. But you know, it's just a safety precaution. Shall we see who we can raid? my dear friend Azel is playing Uma Musume. He's playing Uma Musume. Chat, I love Uma Musume. And Azel has a great taste in horses. He has great taste in horses. So let's go attack him. I forget what our raid message is, so you can just throw emotes at him if you please. He's our favourite little boxman. Go have fun. Enjoy his company. He's a great guy.